everybody. Welcome to Behind the Scenes 2020. Feel free to unmute yourself and say hello to everybody. We're going to get started. I love to start everything on time because I know everybody's busy. What's up? Unmute yourself and say hello, hello. How you guys doing? We got Chicago in the house.
Hello.
We got Brooklyn in the house. We have my favorite city, London, in the house. Everyone looks so wonderful. Yes, I love all the fun hairstyles. I love the beautiful profile pictures. We are about to get started. So I'm so excited to have a virtual event. My name is Shauna, and I'm the founder of Fresh Kid Nation. Fresh Kid Nation was started in 2013. I just had an idea one day to have a kids chat shop. So I'm so excited you guys are here. We are recording. So if you don't want to be recorded, just turn your camera off. 1 second. So if you don't want to be recorded, just put your profile photo up. I'm super excited to introduce our host for this afternoon event, aka evening, because it's evening time in London. So I have the wonderful, inspiring Vanessa, known as Vanessa Sam. Vanessa, you're 14, correct?
Yes, I'm 14 now.
Vanessa is 14 years old. I think I met Vanessa when she was probably 11 years old. She is a motivational speaker. She is a model. She is a teen influencer. She has a show on Amazon Prime, and it's been a real pleasure watching her career grow over the years. I also want to give a quick shout out to Sincere of Kids Want to Know. He'll be hosting tomorrow, and he's here supporting Vanessa.
Hello.
Hi, Sincere. Miss you so much. Also, Super Rich Kids. Bella is a co-producer for this event, and we're about to get started. Daytime is ready. Vanessa, whenever you're ready, go ahead.
Okay, well, thank you for that lovely introduction, Shauna. Thank you for obviously having me again as well. Obviously, due to everything that's going on right now, we were still always like, oh, the fashion week isn't going to happen, and that's such an amazing time of the year, I feel like, for all of us, because we really made like family at those specific events. But thank goodness we have social media to keep this going, and we can actually do this worldwide so that we can have participants and you all tuning in from all around the world, which is so fantastic. So I'm just going to introduce myself again if you don't know who I am, just so that we can feel a bit more comfortable before I do get into the first guest for today. So my name is Inspiring Vanessa. I am 14 years old. And I'm an international multi-award winning motivational speaker. I'm also a content creator and talk show host of my own talk show, which is on Amazon Prime, which is called the Inspiring Vanessa Show. And I'm just super excited to just be hosting today's event virtually today as well. So we're just going to jump straight into it. But before I do get started, make sure that you are thinking of any questions. If you do have any questions before we actually get into the Q&A part of this event, then leave it in the chat below. And also, if you are doing any Instagram stories of us, Fresh Kid Nation, any of the guests, make sure to tag everyone on Fresh Kid Nation, Behind the Scenes, and Super Rich Kids. If you're filming me, then tag myself as well, which is at Inspiring Vanessa on Instagram. But otherwise, we're just going to get into the first question, or the first guest for today, which is the amazing, the wonderful Daytime. If she can just turn on her camera so that I can see her properly, that would be that would be great. And put on your audio as well.
Hi.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Well, thank you for being here today and being a part of the behind the scenes event for today. How's everything been going during the day so far?
So I live in the West Coast, so it is just the beginning of the day for me. I don't really wake up too early, so this is the first thing that I'm doing today. I'm really happy to be here, though. I can't wait to get into the panel, so yeah.
I mean, you are our first guest today. No pressure. But we know you're gonna be amazing anyway, so it's fine. It's fine. So we're just gonna jump to the first question, which is, what's your name? Where are you from, and what do you do?
So my name is Daytime. Well, I go by the name of Daytime. I currently live in Los Angeles, California. However, I was born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia, and I am a media correspondent. So I do interviews just like you, and I'm also an entertainer and influencer.
I mean, what you do is absolutely amazing, might I just say. I've had the honor of interviewing you in the past as well, and just kind of seeing whatever you post on social media is just so impactful beyond words that I could even describe. So I think we're all very, very happy to have you here today and to hear what you're going to basically tell us, and yeah, just get lots of knowledge from yourself as well. So jumping into the first proper question, which is, why did you want a career in the fashion industry? What kind of drew you into doing fashion?
So fashion is something that I'm kind of new to. I really do like clothing. I love photo shoots. Fashion world is just amazing. I love different ways to express myself, and I feel like fashion is definitely one of those ways. I love anything that I can, express myself in any form of, like skating. So fashion is kind of similar to skating. It's just you can just pour your whole heart into it, and the whole world can see. So that's why I like fashion.
I mean, I totally agree with you as well. Just looking at the way someone dresses tells you so much about just that person. And it's so crazy because we don't actually think about it on a day-to-day basis, but the colors that you wear, the type of items that you wear, that says a lot about your character and your personality as well. So I totally agree with you on that one. We gotta love fashion. It's the way that we can express ourselves nowadays as well. So you've actually done a lot of interviews because you are a media correspondent. You've got to interview people like Michael B. Jordan, Storm Reed, and you've even met the Queen herself, Rihanna.
Yes.
Can you just tell us what it was like meeting those people? How do you not stay frozen? How do you get out of the starstruck zone?
Well, I'm always starstruck because just being in the presence of amazing people just always has me struck. However, being able to snap out of it and ask my questions, that is something that I've developed after being rushed on the carpet. So during quarantine, I haven't really been on the carpet, but usually on the carpet, you have a minute to ask all the questions that you need to ask. And in that minute, you have to ask your questions and you also have to give them time to answer the questions. So that after those first few events, I've kind of been able to snap out of my starstruckness, because it's you either want to be starstruck or you either want to get your questions in and, get the interview over with. So that's kind of how I've learned to kind of fix my starstruck ability. But after the interview, after I ask my questions, after they answer, and after they leave, I will most definitely scream. I'll let it all out, but not during.
Not when they're standing right in front of you. That's the best piece of advice that you can definitely take from actually meeting any celebrity or just impactful person as well. So what would you say has been your most meaningful accomplishment in your career so far?
I feel like I so far have accomplished a lot. I have not accomplished everything that I want to. I'm so sorry. My dog is biting me. I feel like I haven't accomplished everything that I want to, but I'm extremely grateful for the stuff that I have accomplished. I feel like you can do anything that you put your mind to. So setting goals is definitely something that I do. And when I speak to people, I always tell them to, go big and beyond. There's no limits. And something that I say a lot is that age is really just nothing but a number. So I feel like there's a lot of stuff that I would like to accomplish more, like getting my own show. There's a lot of things that I want to do, but so far, I feel like my biggest accomplishment has just been getting to travel around the world and do my interviews, because I did start doing interviews at really small, cute fashion shows. That's where I really started doing interviews. And I feel like my biggest accomplishment has been, just my progress so far. So far.
I mean, the journey's not over yet. There's always a space to grow and to progress in anything. People can be at the top of the game, they still want to get somewhere else. So I mean, the journey never stops. The what's it called? The hustle never stops. That's the best way of saying it as well. But I mean, what you've done already is so fantastic.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm very curious to see what you're going to achieve in the future, because I know it's going to be mind-blowing.
Yes.
That's the best word I could use to describe it.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Sorry, my throat just kind of I don't have COVID. My voice just kind of had a bit of a frog in my throat. But the next question is, what would be your advice for children who want to get into the fashion industry?
I say anything you want to do, you can do it. If you want to start a clothing boutique, then go home, get a piece of paper, and write out every single piece of clothing that you would even think about selling. I say put your mind to it, whether it's in the fashion industry or just any industry. If you want to be an author, then go home and write all the storylines that you can think of. Like, I just say go for it. Like I said, age is nothing, just a number. You don't have to wait till you're older to do what you really want to do, unless you want to be like a surgeon or something. But other than that, like in the fashion industry, I say go for it. I know so many people who are striving in the fashion industry who've started at younger ages. So, I mean, just go for it. Like, yeah, go for it. That's all I have to say. Like, if you really want to do something, then, put your foot down and go for it.
Take action is the most important thing, because so many people might be like procrastinating during the time they're thinking of what they could be doing while actually doing it.
Yes.
That is a great piece of advice as well. Just go ahead and do it, and don't let other people criticize you, or let your own self-critic stop you from achieving what you want to do before anyone else even tells you what you should or shouldn't be doing, because that is your choice and the path that you're going to be going on anyway. But that is a wonderful piece of advice. Thank you for sharing that. So everybody, if you did write that down, always think about that in your head, that Dave did tell you to always take action towards your goals and your dreams. That was the final question, but where can we find you on social media to stay tuned on your journey?
You can find me on all social media platforms at Officially Daytime, or you can go to my website, which is officiallydaytime.com. And from there, you can just see everything that I'm doing. It's a really good way to like keep track of me. Like, my website is just like the key thing. I go in weekly and update it. So just like my website is just like the main point where you can find everything that I'm doing, all my social media platforms and stuff like that.
I mean, it was lovely speaking to you. Thank you for also being a part of the event, this behind the scenes 2020 event, despite the fact that we couldn't all be together in person, but this is still as good. But everybody, make sure to go and follow Day on her social media platforms and just see what she's going to do in the future, because you can definitely tell she's going to be achieving loads of things.
Thank you so much.
I mean, thank you for being our guest today.
No problem. Thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
I mean, same here. The feeling's definitely mutual.
Awesome.
Thank you. So we're going to go into our second guest for today, which is the lovely Maya Glitters. Now, I love her name. I mean, it's just a wonderful name to have. So Maya Glitters is an international fashion blogger and entrepreneur. And when I say that, you're probably like, okay, this is going to be some adult, some 20-year-old. But she's actually very wise beyond her years. So Maya, if you can turn on your camera and your audio so I can see you, and then we can get into the first question for yourself as being our second guest for today's event.
Hi.
Hello, how are you? I love the background, by the way. The backdrop is wonderful.
I'm good, thank you. You?
I'm really good, thank you. Thank you for being our guest today as well. It's always lovely and a pleasure to have you always. So the first question I have for you is, what's your name, how old are you, and what do you do?
So my name is Maya Glitters. I'm 11 years old and I'm a kidpreneur, fashion blogger, presenter, podcast host and content creator. I'm also fashion editor for Coco Girl magazine. So I'd say I'm very creative and I love social media and content creation. So that's me.
I mean, my head is already like exploding. I mean, can you just repeat what you do one more time for people to let it sink in for them, just to understand that you are 11?
So I'm a kidpreneur, fashion blogger, presenter, podcast host and content creator. And then I'm also fashion editor for Coco Girl magazine.
I mean, you just deserve a massive round of applause. Everybody, a clapping emoji somehow in your Zoom. I know some people may not know how to do it, but that is amazing already. So we can't wait to see what you're going to share with us today. So the first question is, what did you or what made you want to have a career in the fashion industry? Why do you love fashion so much?
Well, I've always loved the fact that fashion offers something different for everyone. So like no matter who you are or what you look like, it's a way to express yourself uniquely, and there's always a new way you can accessorize. There are always new products on the market to try, and I just love the fact it's always experimental and very creative.
I mean, I totally agree with you as well. As Day was saying earlier, it's just a wonderful way to express yourself. I mean, some people might want to express themselves through their hair. They can dye their hair millions of different colours. But then for some people, or maybe like us, it's fashion and the way you want to dress and the way that kind of shows your personality and how that shines through as well. And really, fashion has no gender. It doesn't have a certain ethnicity, a certain race, a certain gender. It's just for everyone. So thank you for bringing that up as well. That is a lovely observation, obviously from yourself. So the next question is, what would you say has been your most meaningful accomplishment in your career so far? Because you are only 11, and seeing what you're doing already, you're going to be going very, very far in the future.
So I would say it would have to be when Selena Boyd, the founder of Coco Girl magazine, offered me the role of fashion editor. I literally screamed, and it just felt amazing because I always put a lot of effort into my social media, my blog posts and my podcast, and finally getting recognised by the UK's first Black Girl magazine was truly awesome.
I mean, like when I saw that, I was starstruck for you. I mean, Coco Girl magazine is such an amazing platform. I mean, we're so glad that they've obviously used social media as a positive platform to share their message and for other people to find out about it. So it's absolutely amazing. So what was it like kind of getting a little bit of a behind the scenes insight on how everything works of just a magazine in general, let alone it being the one and only Coco Girl magazine?
It was really, really interesting actually, especially because I was contributing to the magazine, because there were lots of sort of weeks in the process until it actually got published. But once it did get published, you just feel so proud to know that you've actually contributed to creating the magazine as a whole.
Definitely. I mean, just a massive congratulations once again. That is just an incredible.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. So obviously you are a child yourself, you are a kidpreneur. So what advice would you give to children who want to get into the fashion industry?
I would say to find your passion within fashion. So if you really like writing, fashion blogging or creating a fashion book or magazine is probably for you. But if you're more visual, you probably prefer like fashion blogging and reviewing products and that sort of thing. And after a while for me, I wanted to try a range of different things. So I started off with my business. It's a lifestyle accessories business for children called Maya Style. I'll put the link in the chat after as well. And I started a blog on that website to kind of promote the pom-poms I would sell. But then after a while, I realized that content creation was for me. So I created a separate website with my blog and then my podcast to carry on. And from there, I launched my blog and podcast, and where I give fashion advice, trend ideas and tips, and so much more. So yeah.
I mean, that is so amazing. There's really no limitations in fashion. I love what you just said as well. Find your passion within fashion. That's what we should put on the posters, right, Shauna? After this event, find your passion within fashion. That's going to be the new motto for Fresh Kid Nation behind the scenes event, because that is just so amazing as well. But everything you're doing as well, just such a wonderful example for all the kids, even adults who want to continue or start a journey or just a job in the fashion industry. You are already showing them the endless possibilities of what you could do despite your age or despite your kind of just your passions in general. So everybody who is tuning in today, always make sure that you don't have to stick to one thing. You can just express yourself through different things and find what works best for you. Whether it's making impact, that's the most important thing, just trying to make an impact and making yourself happy as well and being passionate about what you do. So that was an amazing answer, Maya. Thank you for being here today. Where can we find you on social media regarding your website, your business, and also just your personal one, as you were saying, because you are a content creator?
So you can find me on Instagram, just at @myglitters, and then you can see my business, which is at mystyle.co.uk, and I'll also put my blog link in the chat afterwards.
So everybody, make sure to go and click on that link and read what Maya has been writing in her blog, and also look at her Instagram account. Make sure to give her a follow to see what she'll be doing, and hopefully seeing more of her being the fashion editor in Coco Girl Mag. Once again, thank you for being here today. It was lovely speaking to you, and we'll speak soon.
Thank you so much. I love talking to you too.
Oh, thank you. Well, thank you for being here today once again. Bye.
Bye.
So the third, oh, my phone keeps singing. But my third guest.
Check the chat.
Yes. But my third guest for today is the wonderful, let's just check in the chat, sorry. Okay. So the next guest is, I believe, Blake Martin, if we're just switching the order around. And he is a fashion photographer. And I don't know about you guys, but I love photography. It's one of my favorite things to do. I know that Sean is also a photographer as well. She's an amazing photographer, but I'm very, very excited to see what conversation we're going to have and what he can tell us about what he does as well. So Blake, if you can just switch on your camera and your audio, we can just get straight into it.
Hello, everybody. Hi.
Hi. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you guys?
I'm good, thank you. I think everyone else is having a good time, fingers crossed as well.
Good.
But can you tell us what your name is, where you're from, and what you do?
Sure. My name is Blake Martin. I am from Chicago, Illinois, and I am a fashion show producer, fashion photographer, and content creator, as well as I have worked as a model manager and agent in the past.
So just hearing what you just said in your introduction, let's just say that you are very, very observant about the fashion industry. You know a lot about it.
Yes.
I mean, it definitely sounds like it. So make sure that everybody has their notebooks ready, because there's going to be some powerful golden nuggets in this interview. So the first question I'm going to ask you is, why did you want a career in fashion? What kind of drew you in?
Well, I started off in the entertainment business, if you will. As a child, around the age of 12 or 13, I started as a background dancer. Some of you may be too young notice to remember these artists, but I started off dancing.
Can you get me the Flamin' Hot Cheetos? Mommy just can't reach them all when knocking it over.
Okay, there we go. I started off dancing for an artist, a group by the name of B2K, and I was a background dancer for them for about 5 or 6 years. And I transitioned into fashion because someone asked me to dance in a fashion show. I had never been to a fashion show before, but I said, sure, why not? And one day at this fashion show, I just fell in love with what I was seeing and never looked back at dance, and pursued a career in fashion ever since.
I mean, that is so amazing. And there's always a certain pattern when I interview people. People always kind of fall into their career, what they're doing now. People never actually go in and go, oh, I want to go and do this. People just somehow, it finds them rather than they find their dreams. It always finds them first, and you just kind of fall into it. So very, very glad that you did take the opportunity and that you are here today at today's event as well.
Thank you.
You're very, very welcome. So what you were saying before, that you do lots of stuff in the fashion industry, what would you say has been your most meaningful accomplishment in your journey so far?
I think really every single day is my most meaningful. And I say that because, you know, I live a career of giving back, of providing opportunities, of creating careers. And so every single day that I encounter a model, a child, an actor, someone that I am able to help push them forward to their dreams a little bit further, that moment is the most fulfilling moment I've ever had. So I think every single day I sit in a moment of being fulfilled and happy of being able to do for people what someone did for me many years ago.
I love that so much. That's just so, yeah, that just really touches your heart, really. That's such a lovely answer to give. Like, every single day is a gift. I think I read a quote, and it was, every day is a gift. That's why it's called the present.
Absolutely. Yep.
So always appreciate why you're here every single day, and yeah, just being here today, because some people aren't here today and they won't get to continue what they wanted to do. So always spend every day very, very wisely, and just figure out what you want to do during that day and make the most of it, really. So thank you for that really lovely answer as well. I'm very curious to know, because you do know a lot about the fashion industry, if you could change one thing about the fashion industry, what would you want to change and why?
What would I want to change? I'm sorry, I'm outside. My bee just attacked me. One thing that I would want to change, probably the level of diversity that I see within high fashion campaigns. I am an individual that I love to be as diverse as possible. I love models of color. I love individuals of color. So I would love to see way more diversity in our mainstream fashion pages, runways, campaigns, etc.
I definitely agree. I mean, although the fashion industry is slowly getting there, it still isn't it still isn't at where it really should be. We're kind of slowly seeing a change, but it needs to be more rapid. We need to get a faster change happening. So I definitely agree with you. And what would you say, or what advice would you give to a child or a young person who wants to have a career in the fashion industry? What should they be aware of?
I would say to remember that even though you are just a child or a young person, if you will, the hard work is the same. You must pursue your dreams. It's going to take a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication. Just because you are a child, it won't require less from you. People won't expect lesser from you because you're a child. So be prepared for a lot of hard work to pursue your dreams as hard as some of your adult counterparts, and to take this moment now seriously, because you never know what you do today would set you up for 20 years from now.
That is such powerful advice. Every single thing that you're doing is gradually going to get you somewhere in the future, or at least it should be. So make sure that every single day you're doing something that's going to get a connection out there. And that's why also Shauna was saying at the beginning of this event, network with the people that you're with. If you go to an event, even if you're not speaking there, talk to everyone who's there, because you never know who you could meet or who knows who, and that can get you to the next place that you want to go to, or potentially impact another person, which is something that we should all be trying to do as well. So thank you for that amazing piece of advice. How can we find you on social media to keep up with your journey?
You can find me on my social media at Mr. Blake Martin on Instagram, or my website, which is Voodoo Photography Plus.com. Voodoo VOODOO Photography Plus.com.
I mean, thank you so much for just giving us all of your knowledge in this interview. I hope everybody kind of took what they needed from it. It was so wonderful speaking to you today, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
You too. Thank you guys so much. Hi, Bryson. I see you. I love you. Hi, Bryce. I love you.
Bryson, unmute yourself, Bryson, and say hello.
That is my heart right there. Hi, Bryson.
Hello.
Oh, that just warmed my little heart. Thank you, guys. I love everybody.
Thank you, Blake.
Day.
We'll meet soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Thank
Bye. No,
Aww.
Oh, my baby.
He's so adorable. Hi, Bryson.
Bye.
How are you?
Good.
Are you enjoying the event today?
Yes.
That is very, very good to hear.
Bryson is one of the models that's in my viral photo from Friday.
Oh.
You did such a good job. Bryson, you did a good job. I love you, buddy.
I love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, my heart. Honestly, my heart. He's just too cute. too much adorableness for me to handle right now. But our fourth and final guest for today's event is going to be the fantastic Malika Manning, and she's a celebrity publicist. So Malika, if you can just turn on your camera and your audio, we can get into the next set of questions.
I'm right here. Amina, they can't see me.
I can see you now.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm not a publicist, though. I do marketing.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry about that.
Apologies for that little error.
Right.
But can you introduce yourself to those who don't know what you do?
Hi, everyone. So my name is Malika Manning. I do marketing, artist development, brand engagement. My story is kind of unique because I was born into the entertainment business. So I kind of, I'm the jack of all trades, but I definitely don't do press.
Definitely don't do press.
No, it's in my family. My uncle's a publicist, but I'm not a publicist. That's a hard job.
I mean, it already sounds like what you're doing already takes a lot of hard work anyway. So very, very excited to see what you're going to share.
And I love you, by the way, all of the guests. I love Daytime. Daytime is amazing. I know you did something with my daughter, Amina. Yeah. Amina Lee. You did some stuff with her. I love Shauna's family, Bella. I love everyone. I'm more behind the scenes. I'm only doing this for Shauna.
I mean, anything for Shauna. She's the best.
Right.
So the first question is, what made you want a career in fashion? Well,
the fashion thing the fashion and music kind of goes together. So growing up, you would always want to know who was behind the scenes and who created the storyboards, who created the look for the artist. So one of my good friends, she's like a sister to me. She was a big stylist back in the days. And she did a lot of stuff with a lot of big celebrities. And I would see like how she would cross engage a lot of stuff before artists started doing product placement. So I started working with a company called Sprayground. I was with them when they had one bag. And so Sprayground didn't have a budget. It was like kind of like a startup, new company. It had an investor, but they didn't really they weren't all over the place. So I would go to Sprayground. I would take the bags to different, celebrities to wear it. And, we kind of started this trend where we would do like cross marketing and branding and bringing the artist partnerships involved. So that's kind of like my foot into the fashion thing. But fashion really is a part of the storyboard of everything in life, from music, movies. When you get up in the morning, you're like, oh my God, okay, I have my braids in, let me throw on this shirt. You're telling your story through fashion.
I totally agree with you. I mean, fashion is kind of like the blueprint for everything.
Exactly.
Even in anything, it's part of branding as well, isn't it? Whatever colors you wear, that's part of your branding. That's part of your brand, your personal brand as well. So thank you for bringing that up as well, because it's very, very important that people are aware of that, especially as well. The things you wear or just anything, it all does link to fashion at the end of the day. It's basically the root of everything and how everything kind of flows as well. But my next question is, what has been your most meaningful accomplishment in your career so far, and why?
Amina, my daughter. That's the best thing. And I love, the thing with me, my story is so unique. A lot of people know me from industry kids, like the new generation, but the old school, I'm like the baby to like the celebrities, the little sister. So I do a lot of stuff behind the scenes, but Amina's like my best. She's like a gift. She changed my life. She made me really go into a whole different lane, So that's really like the biggest thing for me.
I mean, we love Amina. She's an amazing person. And yeah, I think you two are just such a powerful and dynamic duo that just like when you guys work together, like everything just happens so well. It just kind of what's the word? I forgot what the word is to describe it, but you guys just work so well together, and that's
and
just
same with you. Like, you know, I know we're going off course, but this is not my thing, but seeing you grow, prosper, you know, Shauna always was like, this girl's out of here. And I think a lot of people don't recognize Shauna's gift. She has like a very strong gift where she can see things before it kind of just goes and blossoms.
1,000%.
And right. And I think that it's a lot of people like in this industry, you don't find too many people like her. You know, she's a part of my village. Amina's her baby. MJ is my baby. So it's all about just building a village, you know. That's the thing with me. Like, I grew up in the entertainment business where, you know, there's so many things that I talk to celebrities every single day, but I'm not going to do the things that this new generation might do. So like seeing you daytime, it's like a breath of fresh air because it's dope kids who have amazing moms, and you guys are aligning yourself with amazing energy because it's hard out here. Like, my heart is not the same that it was maybe 5 years ago because I've done so much in the industry where it's like, let me get back to being Malika and focus on the marketing aspect of it. Like with Sprayground, you know, Sprayground, you go anywhere, you see the kids wearing the bags. That's like emotional for me because I was there since they had the first bag. I don't look at Sprayground as a business. I look at them as family. Like, they're my brothers, you know? So it's deep. You know, you have to build a village of people you can trust and you can go to. And just seeing you, Daytime, all of y'all do y'all thing, Amina, you guys definitely have to build a support and sisterhood because I think now it's a number game with you kids. And the number game really doesn't matter because you can't really, that's not tangible to your brand. So if I came out and I had 1 million followers, like, I'll give you guys an example. I was working with this big designer, and the designer paid close to $2 million to a big influencer.
Whoa.
And that designer is out of business now. So with the fashion business, you go to the mall now, retail is dead because a lot of people, Century 21 is closing, things of that nature. People are not respecting the stylists, the people, like, you know, you have you have Bella on here now. Bella is dope. You know, she makes things that are unique and different, but, you know, and I don't mean to sound like make it a color thing, but people would rather go to somebody who doesn't look like Bella to support them opposed to, you know, wearing her things and making her go into the forefront. So retail is dead because of a lot of, you know, the whole thing with social media, because these companies are investing into these influencers that don't have engagement. You know, numbers mean nothing if you don't have engagement. You know, you can't make that a tangible thing for your business. So, you know, just build a foundation of strong people. Shauna needs to be like held up high in that business because she kind of set the tone for what's going on.
I mean, thank you for sharing that as well. And it's just so important, like yourself and your friendship with Shauna, or even like just like your sisterhood with Shauna, is just so inspiring to see. Like, I want to have a friendship like that. You know what I mean? Just like, we all need to support each other because especially in fashion industry or any industry you go into, it's so much competition. There's no love, there's no acceptance, there's no support. It's just who can be better than who. And we really need to be the ones to make that change and to all bring each other up.
Well, it's really the new generation. You guys have to more so do that because me, you know, my uncle, he started out at 15 years old working for Michael Jackson. My uncle has never told a story, never done any of that. My uncle went on to sign some of your favorite artists. You know, I have another aunt that's a Hollywood legend, you know, and this generation doesn't respect the greats. They look at the numbers. You know, when you question your greatness because, oh, Vanessa has 3 million followers and Malika has 3,000 followers. I don't let everybody on my social media. I think Shauna, Bella, all of them could tell you that. I'm very funny. if you want to do anything with me, you have to have a relationship with me, because social media, you're not really going to get that side of me. Facebook is more like a family thing. Twitter is where I just be myself. That's open to the public. But my Instagram, I have so many power players on my personal page to where I'll see people go and talk to the power players and they don't engage on my page. So it's a lot of things you guys kind of have to be mindful of when you're building up your legacy, because you guys are focused on the likes and the numbers instead of the legacy part of it. Because Michael Jackson legacy will be here for 100 years from now. Naomi Campbell's legacy, but they barely post. And then with social media, Instagram owns your content. So you have to be mindful of that part of it. With me, I could walk into any room and it could be a Kendrick Lamar, whoever, they're my friends and stuff. I've done business with them, helped them with certain things, but they're not going to say, oh, Malika means nothing because she has only 20 followers. This generation does that. That's a problem for me, you know? And so with Fresh Kid Nation, what Shauna did, she changed the game. I was at the first event that she did in Miami. We support each other. I had an event the next day in Miami for here. It was called, I forgot what it was called, Shauna. You know, I do so much.
Curl Talk. Curl Talk.
Curl Talk. I'm sorry. I do so much stuff, guys. So I did an event, Curl Talk, in Miami, and Shauna had her event the day before. And it's all about expanding your brand and going out of the box. And I think that a lot of you guys really don't do that as much as you guys should. You know, like reach out to Shauna, reach out to Vanessa, reach out to Daytime, reach out to Amina and say, hey, listen, Vanessa, I'm working on this. Can you do this for me? Hey, Daytime is dropping her new issue. Let's all post it at the same time. Anything that I do, I have major support behind me, because I think it's the loyalty part, the legacy part, and the part of wanting to leave behind always a dope legacy where it's not like I chase the numbers.
I 1000% agree with you. And unfortunately, it's kind of been normalized that numbers are better, especially in the younger generation. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I've never done that before. I feel like it's a bit of like an unconscious bias. I've sometimes looked at someone's profile and be like, oh my God, they have 5 million followers, but this is the first time I've ever heard of them.
The followers mean nothing. I'm telling you, I deal with big brands every day, and they are crying because they're losing money because people, like, even with TikTok, the little girl Addison Rae. Addison Rae is out of here because she took a little girl's dance. And she's capitalizing off of it. Why? Because her parents knew how to put her and align her and invest in her, you know? So I think that the number game is going out of the window, you know, because if you go to Amina's page, she has every executive that follows her. They're either her uncle, somebody in her village, you know, and so it's about who you align with. The alignment is more important than the number game. And with fashion, we have to make sure we save fashion, because I don't want to wear Fashion Nova. You know, nothing against Fashion Nova, but because of the online stores, it has, like, I like going into the store. Like, I've been going into Century every day crying, because Century 21 is a part of the fashion culture, you know, and I think that a lot of these artists are coming out now with brands and things like that, and they don't really know how to build. They just doing it for $1. They're not really doing it for the legacy part. Look at Moschino, Car Canal, all of these big legacy brands. They knew how to engage. Ralph Lauren, he knows how to engage, you know? So it's all about, let's save retail. Let's save the fashion business, you know? Reach out to Century and say, hey, listen, let's do a Fresh Kid Nation event there. You know, we can save the store. Anything is possible, you know, if you believe. With me, I'll call Shauna, I'm doing something next week, you know, and I'll do it. And I'll say, hey, I got Michael Jordan coming, you know, and he's going to be there, you know. So it's all about legacy. Like, I'll give you an example because I don't want to go over. So Amina and them graduated this year, the class of 2020. So I was really not happy with what they were doing for the kids. So I said, let me use my relationships. I called her music. That's family. Now you would think Amina, Amina is who she is. But to Instagram, they'll look at the numbers, right? We had her music and the head of iHeart Media host her graduation on Instagram. The pink graduation. So it's all about, you can't go off on numbers, because I could pick up the phone and call anyone, and make it happen. You never know, don't judge a book by its cover. Industry kids is something that I do because I'm a real industry kid. I was born into the entertainment business, I don't do it for followers. Like, I don't even really engage like I used to, because I like to sit on the sideline now because I'm back to Malika Manning marketing. But if you look at industry kids, I don't even force my daughter on people, not even on my personal page. I never do that. And people now, they'll force something on you and it's not believable. Like with you, what you're doing, I could see you in another year or so being on billboards around the world.
Thank
Daytime,
you.
the same thing. Bella, everyone just winning. The young gentleman who was just on here, he went viral, He might be, in front of Madison Square Garden doing a virtual photo shoot. We can make it happen. But we all have to work together and believe. That's the issue. No one works together anymore in this business. That's why retail is dead.
Very true. I couldn't have said anything better, to be honest. As a summary, we need to work together. And also what you're saying about numbers as well. You can have 20 million followers and every single person may like you, but they won't support you in the long game. But you can have 20 followers and one of those followers could be a director, producer, entrepreneur who's going to get you to that next level. So it really matters about the connection. It's always quality over quantity. Always.
Always.
Yes, always. But the final question that you kind of basically answered, but if you have anything else to say, then please do mention it. But what advice would you give to kids or children who want to get into the fashion industry?
Get mentors. Mentors are very important to have. Make sure that you protect your energy. Have the right people around you. Don't try to align with someone because you think that they can benefit your career. Reading is very fundamental. Reading is very important. Go study some of the fashion icons. Also, it's build a village of people. Like me, I'm still learning every day. And also try to go outside the box and get your village to invest in you. Because like with Amina, she has amazing mentors. CeCe Sabathia from the Yankees. My brother is Walter Jones. He runs Universal Records. Like people like that, where they can help you to grow, because the goal is to grow in this life. Forget the business and life, So, and another thing I want to say too is just make sure you always protect yourself with energy, because Shauna could tell you, I've helped so many people that you would least suspect through the Industry Kid platform. And those people have never reciprocated that back when it came to Amina. So that's deep right there. So with me, I had to take the mommy hat off because I'm not her manager. We're partners, I'm not a momager or none of that. So I just feel like you guys have to build villages, think of legacy, don't think of likes, Instagram, because the little things in life could change your life. That doesn't sound all the way there, but if you add it up, you'll understand what I'm saying. Like, this is new to me, so I don't like to be in front of the camera, anything like that. I'm very behind the scenes. I'm always offered shows and stuff, but anything for Shauna, I'm here, I'm starting to get comfortable with who I am, but I think that if all the people that I've helped in life, if I would have kind of put myself out there more, who knows what would have happened, but the blessings keep coming every day. I'm seeing people like you, again, the young man, everyone winning. So that, and the little girl, she was so cute, you know, like her, she has like, you can tell she has a strong energy around her. She's definitely going to be the next, there was a fashion editor, he used to run Vogue, Emil, I can't think of Emil's last name. Bevy Smith is another person in the fashion game who doesn't get her credit. Bevy Smith is an icon to us in Harlem. I'm from Harlem. Bevy Smith was the one who helped to create the street culture and fashion on the marketing side of things. Misa Hilton doesn't get enough credit. Icon, family, you know, there's so many people that create the looks and the style and everything you want. Shauna doesn't get enough credit. You know, Sid in the City, you know, Sid in the City was another young lady who, she started the whole fashion blog trend. So the young lady who has the fashion blog, she should reach out to Sid in the City mother. Hey, I heard great things about you. Let's connect with each other. You know, don't look at someone and say, oh, Vanessa, I don't want to ask her to be on my live because Vanessa just had Beyonce on her live. That's how Beyonce got to the top, because she had to work her way through the development process. So that's really it.
I mean, just a massive round of applause. I mean, you should be on the camera all the time. You may not feel comfortable with it, but you would give so much knowledge. It's absolutely insane. But thank you so, so much for all of your answers. Where can we find you on social media? Even though you don't use it that much for the normal purposes, just so we can see what Amina's doing as well, especially.
Well, you guys can definitely follow Industry Kids events. I'm gonna start being active on there again. We're doing something in Vegas next week with a lot of big celebrities. Amina's taking over the Strip. So we're partnering with the Jordan brand and Rookie USA. That's gonna be big. And you can follow me on Twitter, you know. Don't judge me, Shauna. Tell you, I'm not the nice Malika on Twitter, but Malika Manning, and that's how you can find me. Find me on Industry Kids events, also in Malika Manning on Twitter, and Amina Lee on Instagram.
Definitely. Once again, thank you so, so much for being just an outstanding guest for today. Just, you're like an actual powerhouse.
Thank you.
Someone said to me, what does a powerhouse look like? I share you a photo of you.
Vanessa, you are too. Vanessa, you are too. You are a gifted young lady who will take over this world. All of you guys. Everyone on here will take over the world. It's about building a legacy, a village, and the right people around you. That's all it is. Keep Shauna in your pocket. We all need to do something for Shauna, because without Shauna, a lot of this stuff going on, it wouldn't be happening. In my Amina voice, that's what Amina says. Because without Shauna, you know, so let's just all support each other, you know?
Definitely.
Support each other without a motive.
Yes. Without expecting anything.
Right.
Yes. Thank you once again for being an amazing guest. Now we're going to do a Q&A from the people who are tuning in from today. The chat has been going absolutely crazy over all of your answers, Malika. So everybody, if you do have any questions for perhaps Shauna, Malika, Maya, Daytime, Blake, any of our guests, then make sure to leave a question below, and then we can get a little bit of an ending from Shauna and Bella, which are the producers of Behind the Scenes. So leave a question down below if you do have any questions. So we have one question from Maya, and Maya, if you can just turn on your camera so that yes, we can see you. Hello again, and the question is, has she got any tips for people trying to get into fashion? Oh, can you just keep your camera on and also your audio?
Yeah.
See you.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
So I'd say to have confidence in yourself, because at the beginning you'll have to kind of create opportunities for yourself. So like contacting event organizers, brands, and engaging PR companies. And after a while, the opportunities will come to you naturally, but you have to kind of create them for yourself first. And another thing is you also need to learn how to deal with rejection, because sometimes people just won't want to hear what you have to say, or they won't respond to your emails, but you just have to find the people that will. And as Malika said earlier, you have to build your village and build loyal connections with people that are willing to support you and that will help promote you. And just surrounding yourself with like-minded people that are at the same stage as you, because you want to be learning with someone at your pace that can encourage you, and so that you can encourage them in return. However, having like a mentor who has your interests at heart can really, really help you. And on this note, I just have to mention Shauna. She's been so incredibly kind and helpful in pointing me in the right direction, and has been super encouraging in helping me to progress. Thank you, Shauna.
I mean, Shauna's the best. And thank you for all your answers. So the question, I think, was asked by someone called Sunshine. So hopefully that did answer your question correctly. But yeah, make as many connections as possible. You never know who knows who. But thank you for answering that question again. And thank you also for being our wonderful guest.
Thank you.
So the next question is from a lovely person called Delilah. And they said, how do you navigate the industry if you're in a city and the main person who is making it happen has favorites? I think maybe that's a question maybe for Malika to answer, because I feel like you would give the correct answer for that, like favoriting specific people in the industry or having a limitation. If you put on your mic back on.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Oh, so really you have to go and get people that you can work with, even if they're not in your town, if they're not in your city. Try to go and find someone like a marketing person that you can have like, you know, a relationship, and tell them your goals and what you want to do. There's a lot of that going on with the favorites, with the TikTokers and the YouTubers, but that's kind of dying down. So no one really cares about that right now. It's all about building up your village, getting your friends to kind of support you. If you have 5 friends and you're selling like some hair stuff, you say, hey, I need all of you guys to post this at the same time. And it's all about just engaging.
So Delilah, I hope that did answer your question. Just try and expand your connections. Although social media may not be the best platform, as it can be quite degrading to our mental health, you can still use it to network with other people who may be from your area, but you just may not know of yet. So always use different resources and be resourceful is the best thing as well. So I hope that did answer your question. But now, we kind of did run a little bit over time, but now we're going to get a few words to end this wonderful event from the wonderful woman herself, Shauna, and the lovely Bella, who is the founder of Super Rich Kids.
Hey everybody, this was so amazing. I was impressed. I'm like, this is very professional. Sorry that we could not have our actual event. Me and Bella were brainstorming this summer. We're like, we can't go to London. We canceled Los Angeles. So we're just so excited to have you guys here. I appreciate all of you. Bella.
Hi guys, I'm here. I'm just incubating. That's why I'm kind of like off and on screen. But I just want to say thank you guys. This was an amazing experience. I've gotten so much information, and to meet all you guys. This behind the scenes was definitely new for us because, you know, everything is virtual now with this whole COVID thing. But I loved it. I think that we definitely need to do this more often, and definitely, like Malika said, build this village and let's keep supporting each other and, you know, make it big. It's time for this, you know, Black Lives Matter, and the kids need to take over and make this, you know, this new world that we are creating into, you know, something super amazing. So I just want to say on behalf of Super Rich Kids and my little ones are all over the place, so I'm home right now. I just want to say thank you for tuning in, and hopefully we get to see you guys tomorrow. And we have more to come, so don't just stop here.
Come back tomorrow, guys. Same time, same place, your house. Me and Bella were chatting. I'm writing another ebook, and I want to give to you guys.
Yes.
So just drop your email. It's my Instagram guide. We both have a lot of things going on right now. I'm taking a digital marketing course at my alma mater, Syracuse University. And my professors all work at Facebook. So I have some really good insight about social media, online marketing, and I put together a digital book. So drop those emails. I want to send it out when I'm done with it, okay? I'm writing everything down I'm looking at the chat. I'm going to take a picture of the chat so I have your email. And you can unmute yourself to say hello. You can say goodbye. You can send well wishes. Go ahead. Closing out. I'm just recording the chat.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Look at these cute kids here. It's Kerker, Rihanna here, Diane, Maya. I love your pink hair. My hair is pink, Rihanna. At the bottom, yes.
See you later. Bye.
Oh, so cute.
Bye, everybody. You guys are so adorable and so fashionable. Come back tomorrow, guys. It's going to be lit.
Yes, very excited.
Yes, drop those emails. I think I got everyone. Make sure you get a copy of your ebook whenever I'm done with it. Thank you, guys. Malika, I love you.
I love you more. I love you, Bella.
Malika,
Yes, I love you too. Thank you for
you are
coming.
amazing.
I know.
She never does the panels.
Listen, we need something especially for Malika and industry kids, because you just definitely put everybody on the map.
Yeah, we got to bring her into behind the scenes. We're going to figure it out. We're going to make it behind the scenes. We're going to be in Atlanta next. So we're planning that. Super excited.
Oh, yeah, Atlanta, definite. Let's do
we have to get to Atlanta. Yes.
Look at my plane tickets.
Yes,
and we got
you guys.
About Vegas next week too.
Yeah,
I like that idea.
Call Amina. Let's do a call about Vegas.
I just booked a Vegas vacation for like $100. Like they're just giving away hotel rooms, so we can use it. Yes,
Amen.
Yes, $600 4 nights. I'm like, huh?
I love your hair. Oh my God.
I don't know if my friend was a joke, but we glued it and we can't take it.
I love it.
It's amazing.
That's Rihanna for you.
Yes. Malika, you gotta connect with Rihanna and her mom.
Yes, let's do
They're
it.
amazing.
Yes,
They're so amazing. I'll make that connection.
Cute. I love it. Let's do it.
Amazing. Kizzy, how are you? Unmute yourself, Kizzy. Say hello.
Hey everyone, how you doing? This was a great session. I loved every minute.
So amazing. He's gonna be on tomorrow, guys. I don't know how we connected, me and Kizzy. We just connected on.
It's been amazing.
And then we're on the phone, and it's like this is my other new sister. She is amazing what she's doing in her hometown. Kizzy travels. We're trying to get her to come to London with us.
I'm ready for London.
We're going to
we
be in
supposed
London
to be there.
Yeah,
COVID shut it down.
This week we're supposed to be in London. Next week.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
I'm excited. You did a wonderful job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys later.